I just think if you throw in a couple songs, like that, it's gonna make probably preferably catchy songs.
Like in Leo the Lion, when it's like, I'm a vegetarian. No, not a veterinarian. Listen again. Like those songs.
Sure. Exactly like that. That's exactly what I had in mind, actually.
B tier besties.
Hello, folks. Welcome to the silver screen.
Welcome to a great night of cinema. This summer,
Tonight we have oh, coming to a theater near you. We
someone's
have
playing a deadly game.
Tag.
You say tag?
I don't know. I felt like we were like improving there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're ranking movie genres today.
We are ranking movie genres with watermarks. We did
Yeah. So
not
look,
create
before
this tier list.
yeah, we didn't do this. Okay, guys, you know better, and I mean we know better,
Yeah,
and you guys should know us better to know that we would
exactly.
never do something like that ourselves.
Yeah,
Because we only strive for perfection around here.
yeah. So
So,
these genres are the best in the business. These are the most iconic genres. All of them are genres, in fact.
hmm
Yes. Mm.
you seem like I thought that they were all genres, but now that you said that, I'm
I
more
firmly believe
doubtful.
at least one of these is not a genre, but we'll we'll see that shortly.
Yeah, I haven't actually read what any of these are,
Yeah,
what some of them are. So I'm going in kind of blind.
they're
But you know,
alphabetized, which will be exciting.
oh wow.
Yeah,
What are your thoughts before we begin? What are your thoughts on movies?
I'm more of a TV person than a movie person, which like is okay because we can
Mm-hmm.
sort of judge like TV genres are similar to movie genres, you know. So like
Mm-hmm.
it's sort of same pouch, I guess. But in general, I
Yeah.
think movies don't have enough time to leave a memorable impact for me. So a lot of movies that I watch, I forget about pretty soon after watching them, which is kind of a
Mm.
shame. Um, I don't know. I think that TV shows and books and stuff generally have more space to explore things, which makes me think that there's some genres that in a movie probably end up doing worse than they would have in a different format.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's fair. All right. Should we begin?
Yep.
Action.
Or actually, do you have any?
Action.
What's your thought on movie genres? What's your thought on movies?
uh, just movies. I don't watch a lot of movies. I feel like my attention span. I just if unless it's like a really good movie that I have heard is good, like I can't get into movies. I
Yeah.
don't know. I just don't really watch them on my own time. I'm more of like a video type person. I'll watch more YouTube
Yeah.
or like I can watch like videos that are longer than a movie, like invested the whole time. Sometimes I just get tired of the same narratives.
Hmm.
I know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen exactly, but I know the general format that a movie's gonna follow. Sometimes I'm just kind of burned out by it.
Sure.
I like movies though. I'm a fan, but I don't know if I would say I'm a fan of action movies. For a
Action
nice little
movies,
segue,
are they good? Do I respect action movies?
do you respect them?
Yeah.
Uh, I I think they have their place, and there are definitely times where I like seeing action movies. Like superhero movies are action movies, right?
Yeah. But in general,
Um,
though, I'm sort of done with fight scenes. Like,
yeah.
I think that like I've seen enough of them, and it takes a really good fight scene for me to be like convinced by one. I
hmm
like in animation, without animation, like fight scenes no longer really have the appeal I think they used to have, even if they had any in the first place. But
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I rewatched Into the Spider-Verse for like the fourth time or something recently, and I was like, the fight scenes just like kind of bored me a little bit.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I mean, I don't dislike action movies necessarily, but compared to other genres, they're definitely not my go-to.
I think it's
So
like a
for
solid
me, I
C
would
tier.
say, yeah, I was gonna say exactly C tier.
Yeah. I think maybe it goes into B, but we'll see as we get further on this list, you know.
Yeah, there might be some bad genres that I'm not thinking about.
Yeah.
All right, adventure.
Adventure.
I like adventure movies.
I also like adventure. I'm not a huge fan of like the Indiana Jones style or whatever, but like
Hmm.
I think a good adventure movie, like it has like the hero's journey built into it, you know, which I
Hmm.
think makes them pretty solid stories.
Lord of
Like
the Rings.
yeah, because like as the setting develops, the characters also can easily develop too. Like it's like a really nice formula to write. Um,
Yeah, true. Usually they do have you can just like built-in character development with any
yeah.
adventure thing. As they travel, they grow.
My main gripe with adventure content though is that usually it's very predictable in the sense that if they're trying to get from point A to point B, you know they're going to get to point B, you know. They're not going to like give up or like die halfway through the adventure. So it
Yeah.
does bring away a few like some of the stakes and some of like the um you know yeah stakes I guess is the best word for it like feel lower
Hmm.
because you know they're going to make it to the end.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I still think it's a solid
That's
A or B tier, but it's not S.
right. I would be thinking A tier personally,
Okay, I'm
but
fine with that
I
for
could do
now.
B if you really want it.
I think we'll have to wait and see. There's a lot of things here that I don't know where they're going to end up. Um,
Hmm. I like that. Wait and see. That's the motto of our channel.
yeah,
Striving for perfection and waiting and seeing.
yeah. Okay,
All
next we
right,
got animation,
animation.
which is a not a genre. It's a
Yeah,
medium.
that's a fair point actually.
Like I like
um,
animation.
yeah, this is just
Anime
any animated film, no matter the genre.
animation is
Like for
very
anything from
underutilized.
Pixar
Yeah.
to Into the Spider-Verse.
We're talking about Blue's Clues and BoJack Horseman at the same time here, you know. If they are movies.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think
Seems
animation is
cool.
very underutilized because it's mainly, at least from a TV perspective, it's always adult comedies or like children's comedies. You know,
Hmm.
like adult, and by adult comedy I mean like the dark comedy that's like Family Guy style, or it's like you
Sure.
know, haha, blah 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 blah. It's a kids show, and like there's not really much in between, which or not even in between, but like outside of that, which is honestly like very disappointing to me. Because I think animation can do
Mm.
some really amazing things. At least when we're talking about like Western animation. If you start talking about anime or whatever, like I feel there is more diversity there in terms of
Yeah.
content. But again, like you could have a romance anime, or you could have like a I don't know, like a fantasy anime. Sometimes both at the same time. I don't know how you could say
Oh.
animation is a genre.
um. Hmm. Well, what should we do with this then?
I don't. I think we leave it to the end and then we put it in like a not a not a genre tier. I
Okay,
I do like
that's
it
fair.
though. I'm down to put it
Yeah, I
high.
was gonna say, yeah, but you're right. That's not really fair.
Mhm.
But I agree that we probably shouldn't rank it.
I guess
But
we have the
I usually
room.
like animated films, if I'm being honest.
Yes, we could put like the tier like up here or something, you know.
Oh,
So like it's still like high up.
not a
Like
genre. Sure. But then what if we get to something else that's not a genre?
well, we'll
Isn't
we'll
that
get
high?
there when we get there.
Okay, fair enough. Comedy?
Comedy is fine. Often comedy movies aren't that good, but like they're still enjoyable, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I like movies that are funny usually, but I don't know if I would describe them as like comedies.
I think comedy movies are much better than comedy TV shows in my opinion, because in the TV show, a comedy does not have any like drive for me to come back to the next episode. So like it's
Mm.
hard for me to finish a comedy series because I'm never like there's no like hook because often like the plot of each episode like sort of ends at the end of the episode. They're really episodic usually. Like you've seen The Office or Parks and Rec or whatever. So like I think comedy
Mm-hmm.
movies are like the solution to that for me because like they're not trying to get you to watch the next thing.
Mm.
But like all
Yeah.
of them aren't that great. Like because they're just comedies, they're sort of forgetful unless it's like really funny or like unique in their comedy. But usually that's not the case.
Mm-hmm. Thinking like, mm,
I'm thinking C right
I don't
now.
know, maybe B tier.
B tier is
I
fine with
I
it
don't know.
too. Yeah,
I'm a B. I think.
that's okay with me. You think
Thanks.
about crime.
Like crime in general, I think it's
Yeah,
bad.
you think crime is bad. Okay, me too. What do you think about documentaries?
I'm-
No,
um.
no. What do you think of the crime genre?
Yeah. I think we just start ranking everything based on not even. We just switched this from a movie genre video to just a word video.
You're a history major, so I bet you
What do
like
I
it
think of?
quite a lot.
What do I think of Western as a word?
What do you think of
Okay.
war?
Crime. Crime. I mean, I don't think I'm that into crime things. Like people like crime documentaries and stuff, and like crime movies. I don't know. I don't really feel the urge to watch a crime thing.
I agree. I'm
It
never.
hits a little too close to home if I'm being honest.
Yeah, and
Not
also
as
just
if
like.
I'm committing crime. But I don't. I just don't really want to engage with crime in my off time.
Mhm. It's also like it's sort of like the mystery genre, but like without a lot of the intrigue there, you know. So it's like a mixture, Mister. It's a mixture of mystery and action almost, and like I don't know. I feel like there needs to be something more there. It's not like how do you make
Yeah.
interesting characters or whatever. I don't know.
Hmm. Any interesting character just gets murdered.
I mean, not necessarily, but
Well, in my ideal world,
you want the interesting characters to be murdered. That's a little bit strange, but
because I just think it's funny when they get killed. Everybody's rooting for them.
mhm.
They're the only reason people are watching. Get killed. Because otherwise, how are you gonna care about what's happening, the crime that's being committed?
I don't
I'm
know.
only gonna care if
I
it's
just
somebody who
don't
I care
care.
about.
I think it's D tier.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, next we
And
got
now,
documentary.
yeah. So
Do you
I
know
was
what's a
talking about
really
people who like crime documentaries. This would fall into that category.
Do you know what's a really good documentary that features crimes and is a comedy? Because it's a mockumentary.
What?
It's What We Do in the Shadows. Amazing movie. I haven't seen the TV
A
show version, but it's an amazing movie, and my roommate is watching it right now.
vampire thing?
This is the vampire one, and it sounds bad. It sounds like you want to watch a vampire show, but it's so good. I think I talked about this in Mythical Creatures probably, because
Yeah, you did.
lovely, lovely.
I documentaries. Hmm, I have no thoughts. I'm being honest. I don't
I
like them.
think I wish I was into documentaries, but I've never really gone into them.
Nature documentaries, is that considered a movie?
Yeah, I think so. I just like a good documentary like feels like school, and I feel like there's some good
Yeah.
documentaries out there that I could watch. I just haven't done it yet.
Actually, yeah, some of the educational documentaries I genuinely like.
hmm And
If I'm thinking more about it.
I watch video essays that are essentially documentaries on YouTube, and I really like those.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, so I think as a genre though, that means for me it's higher
yeah, same.
because it obviously has a format that I can like,
hmm
even if the movies out there aren't necessarily, scratching that itch.
Yeah,
I think I don't know, for me it would be like, mm, yeah, definitely for me B or A. I don't know.
I think so too. Because we're talking about movie genres, I'm more tempted to put it in B rather than A. But
Sure.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Drama. Drama is so
Hmm.
generic, but like as like a title, but like I feel like any good story should be a drama at least a little bit, you know. You want those
True.
strong
You
character
need
interactions.
some drama.
And
Yeah. You
I
def.
personally think characters usually drive this like my interest for me. And so like
Mhm.
I think drama is like A or S tier for me. If I see something marketed as a
Drama.
drama, I automatically am more excited about it. And like if it's a sci-fi show and it's like a sci-fi drama, that sounds pretty good. I'm not a big fan of like comedy
Dra-
dramas where it's like a drama but it's like a sitcom, but like drama.
See, if I'm being honest here, I don't like dramas at all.
What?
'Cause I think, I mean, I'm okay if there's drama in movies, but this is like too much drama. Like everything is drama, you know? Like that's the kind type of movie that stresses me out. I'm gonna be stressed out watching that drama movie because it's just so much drama all the time, you know? Laugh a little. If anything, I actually think drama comedies are better because, you know, you do have some lightheartedness in there. Drama all the time, like I'm in that movie and I'm gonna feel like a bunch of like mental gymnastics, you know? And like I had to
Yeah.
think too much. And it was just kind of like I don't know, my emotions are going wild. Drama. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking like darker dramas here. Like maybe there are some dramas that are more lighthearted but still drama filled in a
Dark
way.
dramas are even like that's S tier.
Dark dramas?
Any type of
I don't
drama,
know.
just I
I
can eat
for me
that.
dramas are like E tier.
I think this is gonna be a. I hate that we're gonna have to have another tier because we're not gonna be able to see the stuff down there that well. But there's nothing else you
I
can do
think
about it.
well you could
I
put it in
know
B tier.
that feels like a crime to put in B tier, but fine. Top of B, bottom of B,
Yeah.
middle of B.
Well, I think we could do. I guess middle is the best compromise probably.
Sure, that feels wrong, but as long
Just
as it's about
because,
comedy,
well, yeah, I think sometimes we make a lot of tiers, but sometimes we just gotta strike a balance, you know.
compromise is for the weak.
I think dramas are for the weak.
Yeah,
Actually, maybe I'm weak because I'm too sensitive to dramas.
I don't think we could judge weakness based off of likeness to
You know,
dramas, and perhaps that is a
I'm gonna
toxic
try
pair.
anyway. I'm gonna try anyway. All right, fantasy.
Fantasy. I'm not a huge fan of those goblins and those elves or whatever. But if you're talking just like fantasy in general and like you're developing a unique original world, that has to be high up there.
I think S,
Yeah.
honestly,
It's not my
because
favorite
it's so
genre,
unique.
but I think it's
Anything,
the
because fantasy is just anything that goes out of the real world, right?
except for sci-fi, I feel like is distinct from it.
Oh yeah, that's true. I
But
guess like any Pixar movie is. I mean, not any,
yeah,
but like Pixar movies, some of them would
yeah.
be described as fantasy.
I mean, I think it's
Mm.
just solid S tier there. Like
Yeah,
it's amazing how much
yeah,
world
because
building and stuff you could do.
yeah, exactly. The world building is different from all the other genres, honestly.
Or honestly, I sort of want to put it in A tier. Oh, I'll keep it in S. Just when we get to something, I'm gonna compare it. Like when we get to sci-fi. Spoilers.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
History.
History. What does that even mean?
Like
Like
historical fiction, maybe?
so like Saving Private Ryan, 1917 movies like those.
Oppenheimer.
Yeah. Um,
I'm not the hugest fan.
me neither, really. I mean, I'm a history sure, I'm a big history
Hmm.
guy, but I don't know. I'm also not that interested in history films.
I think they can be done well, but I don't know. I think it's generally like D tier for me.
I think it's better than crime for me.
I'm I'm okay with that. Do
You
you
know,
like? Have I ever noticed
have you
what?
ever noticed that why is the D tier green?
I don't know.
I just noticed that, why is it goes from red to green?
Is
It's
that
just like rainbow.
always
It's
what we
just
do?
going in rainbow order. Yeah.
Huh.
It looks weird, right? It looks like D should be like weird yellow or something.
Like you think it
Just
should be
flat out.
like, and what would go next? It's like,
I guess there's nothing there.
and green is sort of the next thing on the color wheel. I mean, I guess like that would be the next like. And is this what we usually have?
Actually,
Do we have the wrong green?
maybe that maybe we had the wrong green actually.
I think we have the wrong green. Whoopsie.
Oh, okay, well that's
Again, it's
okay.
not
I don't think
obvious.
anybody. Yeah, I don't think anybody noticed.
Hmm.
So they just go from left to right on the color wheel on the tier list maker.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Now we got horror next though. I Not my thing. I don't like it.
Yeah, this is gonna be. I think this is definitely very opinionated, like always. But I think this is F tier.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
And it's not a bad genre, like objectively. I don't think. I just think
Sometimes, yeah.
it's not my
Sometimes, yeah.
thing. Sometimes, but not as I think as a genre. Saying it's a bad genre is kind of hard. Not
Like
my thing.
a lot of the like horror movie trailers you see do just look objectively bad. Like the like oh there's ghosts in the house and it's like and there's just like a lot of screams and it
Yeah,
like
but
just seems over the top.
horror can be done really well though.
Yeah. I just think often it's not.
Like,
And when it's done really
yeah,
well,
that
I
is
probably
true.
don't want to watch it. So,
That's my thing. Even if it's done well, I'm just like not. I don't want to be scared, really.
mhm,
So I just have to say I've never been a horror fan.
yeah,
But I think as a genre, there are some really creative horror movies out there.
sure.
Right? Musicals.
I
I
th- Go for it.
I feel like we were both going in similar directions. I really like musicals.
I think it often makes movies better.
I just have a song.
Like there's some songs in the Barbie, and like they're really catchy.
Hmm. I totally agree. I just think if you throw in a couple songs, make that it's gonna make probably preferably catchy songs.
Like in
You're gonna have a. Hmm?
Leo the Lion, when it's like I'm a vegetarian, no, not a veterinarian. Listen again. Like those songs.
Sure. Exactly like that. That's exactly what I had in mind actually.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, no, I think throw in a couple songs, bang boom, you're golden.
I don't think it's S tier.
It'll be stuck in my head. No, but I think it's A.
I'm down for that. I think the bottom of A though.
Yeah. But I just say, throw in songs most of the time. Honestly, if the dramas were musical dramas, that'd be A tier.
Ooh,
Be more interested in the movie because it's a musical.
yeah. Next we got mystery. I got opinions on this. You go first though.
Honestly, I feel like I've not seen like many mystery films at all.
Hmm.
I think it kind of makes you rack your brain, can pretty hard for a lot of the mystery films, especially if you're trying to solve it.
Yeah.
If they leave it up to the audience, does mystery as a genre imply that the audience is also solving it? Or could it be like
I
a mystery within a film where you know what happened else does?
I think you along with the like you're sort of trying to figure out what happens, but you don't necessarily need to solve it because
Mhm.
the movie will eventually tell you like at the
The
end, you
movie will
know.
solve it, yeah, but it's fun to do it,
It's fun
to
to
solve
go
it with
along and
it.
try to solve it. I'm
Yeah,
not a big mystery
I
fan.
like that.
I'm not a huge fan.
Really.
I think
Mm.
mystery often takes away from the other aspects of it. So like, often like because you spend so much time trying to solve the mystery, you don't end up getting like invested with the characters or whatever. And like the plot ends
I
up being
think
like
it's,
somewhat weaker.
I think sometimes though, that's okay. Like,
Like
I think if you're watching a mystery film, you don't care about the plot all the time. You don't care about the characters.
I guess like if you think about Knives Out or whatever, like that's like quintessential
Hmm.
new mystery. And like I wasn't the hugest fan. Like it was good mystery, but like I
Hmm.
don't know. To me, it's
Yeah,
C
I mean,
tier.
hmm I think for what it does, it's probably C tier.
Hmm.
Above action though.
Sure.
But I think The lack of plot and characters doesn't really take away from it because like action, you don't always have the best characters or
Yeah.
plot either.
Hmm.
I think it's just based on what you want. If I want to see people shoot each other and everything, like I'm going for the action film. I don't really care. Like if I want to like be immersed in like a mystery, I don't think I care as much about the plot. Like I didn't see Knives Out, but I saw like the sequel to it. I think it was the sequel to it. It was called like Knives Out something else, and they were like on an
Yeah.
island or something.
I
And
haven't seen
that's
that.
I don't really remember any of the characters, but the mystery I was like towards the end before it was all revealed, I was like genuinely like so invested.
Yeah.
And I didn't really care that they were like I didn't really care about who the like celebrities were or everything.
Sure.
But yeah, no, I think Top of Sea is good.
Okay. Romance.
Romance.
I've watched a lot of romance lately, and
You have.
I have, and I like even taking apart like any of my like biases or whatever. I do feel like the movies there's so many bad romances out there. I guess you can't. That is solely biased, but like so that's a kind of
Hmm.
like pointless statement. But like I feel like just like all the romance movies are kind of bad. Rom-coms are always so trashy, and like because there needs to be conflict, the main like romantic duo or whatever, like you don't end up rooting for them because they usually have some conflict that makes me not want to root for them. You know?
Yeah. I think though sometimes romance movies are so bad that they're kind of fun to watch.
No, 100% agree. But like I don't think that makes them good or high up on the list. They may that knocks them up a little bit, but not like too much.
I don't know. I think I would rather watch a romance than an action film.
Sure.
And maybe that's very much personal preference, but I feel like the romance is going to be less serious. I'm going to be able to laugh at how dumb it is, preferably with another person. If
Yeah.
I was
I
watching
don't
a
think it.
romance movie by myself, I would not have fun.
Yeah, I
But
think I'd
if I'm
rather
like
watch
making
action by myself
jokes,
than romance by myself.
I agree with that. But if I'm like watching with a friend
Hmm.
and just making jokes about how dumb it is, I don't know. For me it goes between mystery and action.
Okay. I am fine with that.
What are your do
That
you
sounds good to me.
have another placement or is that
I am good with C tier because a lot of them are so bad it's good.
yeah.
And like,
That's why I wouldn't be D for
and
me.
even when like the couple gets together and you don't want them to, it like it brings a lot of like passion and opinions out of me, which is cool. Like Notting Hill, I'm
Yeah.
so mad at the ending, but like I still think about that to this day. Like
Mm.
a lot of other movies, I forget about them after I watch them, which I was saying.
Yeah,
So
true.
that's impressive.
Mhm. Yeah.
Sci-fi.
Yeah. So what were you saying about this?
I think sci-fi and fantasy are very similar in the sense that like you're taking some sort of fictional world and you're exploring it. But I think sci-fi usually has something more interesting to say about society because it's usually like
Mm.
exaggerating some sort of like human trait or human characteristic, which is why I think it's usually leagues ahead of fantasy.
Yeah. I I think I personally prefer fantasy. For me they're pretty similar, so I could give the edge to sci-fi if you wanted.
And I'm fine with sci-fi below fantasy, but like both of them are S tier. You
Yeah,
know,
I definitely agree with that. Okay, thriller. Hmm. See, I
thrillers,
prefer. Go
go
ahead.
for it. You.
You go. I wanna hear what you wanna say. What you're gonna say.
Okay, sure. Um, thrillers, when they're really like on the horror side of things, I like reading their plot descriptions. But if they're just like a generic, not generic, but like if they're a thriller that's not a horror movie as well, I find that really engaging, like a solid A tier.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
See, I was gonna say I think hmm, I definitely prefer it over horror, but usually it's kind of a lot for me.
Yeah.
Like I think they can get very intense
Yeah,
in like ways that I don't necessarily want all the time.
but that's what gets like the emotions out of the character, you know. That's what gets like the psychological moments. Like that's good. That's the
Hmm.
juicy parts.
What's an example of a thriller film?
A thriller film. Um, Let me pull up my list of movies and stuff I've watched lately. Um, I think I saw somewhere that Oppenheimer is described as a thriller.
Oh, interesting. So I guess I'm thinking thriller as like what the image shows, which is like a like murder type plot. There's like a murderer out there.
Let's see.
Because for me,
Yeah,
that's like D tier.
Oppenheimer,
But
according to Wikipedia, is an epic biological thriller film.
so
I
how do
think
you define thriller?
I think I don't know. Let's see how Wikipedia defines it. Is a also
Yeah.
known as suspense film or suspense thriller, is a broad film genre that evokes excitement and suspense in the audience.
Hmm. I guess that alone for me is better. If I'm thinking like murder thriller though, like big axe guy coming around murdering people,
You know, that's
not a
not
big
good.
fan. Not a big
Yeah,
fan of that. But stuff that creates suspense, like suspense stuff is cool.
yeah. I think though you are right that like that is a large part of the thriller genre, in which
I mean
that
that's the
does.
image
Mhm.
that is on the tier list, so it's definitely a big association of it.
Yeah. So I'm down to drop it down a few pegs, but like definitely not like bottom of Viosa would be like
I would do bottom of B.
mhm. Above comedy, perhaps even.
Sure, sure.
Yay. War.
What does this even mean?
Yeah, this is the other one that's sort of not a genre. I guess it
Movies
is.
that have movies that have war in it?
Yeah. I think it's a mixed bag.
Yeah, well, war is really action and like
It can be
drama,
thriller. It could be
some
thriller.
thriller. Yeah, I don't really know if war is a genre,
I don't want to put it
but
up with animation though, which is like sort of what we were talking about earlier.
yeah, that's a problem. I guess war as a genre, I don't
I
know.
think
It's definitely
it can be done really well, but I think often I'm just like it's just gratuitous and it's like
well, because it's not all fighting all the time. They definitely show
mhm,
the camaraderie of stuff. I don't know, like
yeah.
1917 is, I guess, both a history film and a war film.
I've not seen it.
Have you heard of it?
I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it.
It's about World War One. It's like
Hmm.
it was shot in like one continuous thing for a while.
Ooh,
Like one continuous shot, which was super cool. I think I think C personally.
I'm fine with that. I think maybe there.
Sure, that works.
Sweet.
All right, finally
Western.
we got a shootout at the OK Corral.
I don't like westerns.
Really, not even the music?
The music's fine, but no. Westerns
I
are
like.
an F tier for me.
Whoa. Actually, I honestly, I'm acting like I'm offended. I feel like I haven't seen a western in like forever.
I haven't seen a
Like,
lot of westerns either, but I have not been a fan of the ones I've seen.
but I don't think I'm like as I don't think I'd be like if somebody asked me if I wanted to see a horror film, I would say no. If somebody asked me like if somebody was like I have this really good western film, I feel like I would be like, okay.
I
But for
mean,
me, I would go like bottom D.
honestly, you sold me there. I think I would be down to watch a western with someone in the way that I wouldn't be with a horror. But I
Like
do
if
think
somebody
that,
said there's a good horror movie, I would still say no thanks
mhm.
because like the genre is so not mine that I wouldn't even watch a good one.
Although I do think history and crime are leagues ahead of western though, for me, because western does put me off. I think like you say there's a good crime movie, I'm excited. You tell me there's
I
a good
guess
western movie,
I mean we
I'm
could
not.
put history and crime in C maybe if you wanted.
I almost feel like that might be the play.
Because for me, horror is leagues
Yeah,
below Western, so it's
no,
hard.
I agree too. So like I think this
Okay,
is good.
yeah, I agree with that.
Hmm.
Today we've had a lot of deep analysis today.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We've really analyzed. I feel like I've had to explain things in ways that I never have before.
Whoa.
Normally, I can just say, haha,
Haha.
no, I love that. I
Hmm.
had to give opinions today, so Wild. I don't know. Are you happy with the list?
I'm happy with it. Yeah.
Cool. I mean, I think there's not much else to say really. Go watch some of these genres if you haven't.
Hmm.
And sorry to all of the horror fans out there, because I'm sure for many.
We're gonna get some angry comments there, but that's okay.
Yeah, probably. Okay.
Make sure to
Guys.
comment down below what your favorite movie is.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Give us some movie
Com.
recommendations.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, honestly, if you guys give movie recommendations, I'll probably watch it just because it'll give me something to watch.
Unless it's a
My
horror
thing with
movie.
movies.
Unless it's
Yeah, if it's a
horror.
horror movie,
And maybe
if
not
it's a
Western for me.
western, honestly, if it's a western for me,
Honestly,
I'll
I'll
check it
watch
out.
your Western Rex. Yeah, sure. But
Yeah, because my thing is when I go to Netflix, I'm just so lost on that front page.
sure.
Like I don't know what to search for. So part of my limitation why I don't watch a lot of movies is that I just have the know-how to
Yeah.
to find it.
So give us some Rex.
Yeah,
We'll eat them up.
we will.
And then we can like
Maybe
make a
we'll.
tier list of all the characters in the movie or something.
Oh, that'd be fun.
So not only do you
Maybe.
get us to watch your favorite movie, but also you get a tier list out of it too.
Wow.
We'll see.
Maybe we could watch them together even.
Whoa.
Just like we watched all those Pixar movies together.
True. Bonus points if it's a Pixar movie you recommend down there. Then we're gonna watch it for sure.
Yeah, we will. We'll make a Pixar tier list at some point. So
Yeah.
for the movie fans, we've got you covered sometime soon.
Well, I think with that we should probably close it out.
Yep. Thanks for watching. Check out the link in the description for a form to submit future ideas.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you in the next video.
Besties.
Tier.
B.
Bye.